Happy late Tuesday afternoon, folks. Mike here, coming from Sellbrite HQ with a brand new Tuesday tip video that I think will really resonate for most of you. This is a question that we get asked about all the time, and it has to do with managing variations. In particular, how to add a new variation to an existing listing. If you happen to get a new variation in stock that maybe you previously did not have on your listing, what's the best way to go about getting that new variation up for sale across your sales channels? And it just so happens that this is probably one of the most complicated issues for a solution like Sellbrite to try to solve. Really dealing with variations across multiple channels is probably the most complex thing that we do, just because every channel treats them differently. But Sellbrite has, I think, done a pretty good job of standardizing this. That being said, there are some suggested ways to go about doing this, and we want to run you through those. So jumping into the software here, you can see that this is a listing for a variation item that is on eBay. And the reason I'm showing you this is because it's going to help clarify a tip that we're going to point out here in a second. But basically, you've got a couple of different options. So a lot of times, a merchant wants to add that new variation directly in Sellbrite, republish the listing, and have the new variation update across the channel. And unfortunately, that's just not possible with most systems. Once a variation is created on most marketplace channels or even most shopping carts, that variation family is as is, and it's really hard to get new variations up onto the listing, particularly in the case of really non-Amazon channels. So whether we're talking eBay or Etsy or Shopify, it's really, really hard to do that. So what we generally recommend is one of two things. Either create the listing, the new variation directly on your sales channel. So go to eBay and add the variation there, or go to Amazon and add the variation there, and then import it into Sellbrite and add the variation to your product in Sellbrite. The other alternative is to add your variation into Sellbrite, and then you're going to have to actually end your existing listing and relist it. Now that obviously has some downside to it. You're going to lose your bids and watchers, your sales history, if you're on a channel like eBay. And we don't like that. So that's really not the ideal solution. But if you want to really get ahead of this, then we've got a super pro tip for you. And this pro tip is coming from Holland, from our success team. So shout out to Holland for this one. But if you can anticipate which variations you're going to need in the future. So if you can imagine that you may end up selling additional sizes of the colors that you already have, or you may know what additional colors you would like to eventually get in stock. One really great trick to do is to go ahead and create those variations in Sellbrite with zero quantity. What that's going to do is allow you to actually publish the bones, if you will, of that variation to each sales channel. And then all you need to do is, once you receive quantity in the future, is just add that quantity to Sellbrite. And once Sellbrite syncs inventory out to the channel, it'll activate that listing. In the application here, you can see I have a listing with a variation size small and a quantity of 2. This variation actually went live with a quantity of 0 for this variant, and we were able to change the quantity here to 2 and then publish it out to eBay. And you can actually see here now the Heather White variation shows up, and I can actually select size small when previously that option was not available. And you can see I have 2 available here. So it's a proven tip. We know it works for eBay, for Etsy, for Shopify. It'll work for Amazon and for Walmart as well. But if you can possibly anticipate variations, then that'll help you out a lot. So again, creating the variant in Sellbrite after the fact and trying to publish that to an already live listing is not a workable solution. If you don't already have the variation created from anticipating that you might get it in stock, then what we recommend to do is go directly to the sales channel, add the variation there, run an import to bring that listing with the new variation back into Sellbrite so that we refresh the listing in Sellbrite, and then you can link it to your inventory and add the variant in your inventory. So a little bit of a workaround, but definitely totally doable, and will help you get to where you need to go. So thanks for watching this latest Tuesday tip. Sorry it's coming to you so late on a Tuesday, but hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you later.